Winter Holiday Event Part 1 has gone live, which means Shiny Sandygast is in the game, and it is a beautiful shiny, and hopefully we can get our hands on it. But we're actually starting off the day with a lovely little Dedenne raid that was sent to me, but sadly, not shiny, but I love this background. They did a very solid job with this. Like, yeah, just seriously, the tree looks great. It's like a nice little Christmas tree. Plus, there's a Spheal with a scarf little snowman thing. Like, that's insanely good. Whoever came up with this stuff, like 10 out of 10, you deserve a raise. But now that we caught this thing, let's take a look at the IVs. It's pretty all right. And then as we go out here, well, we got ourselves a collection challenge. That's cool. Didn't realize that. But as you can see, we do have the nice snowy map and everything, and there was a Sandygast here, but I already caught it. But let's see what we have to do. Holiday Part 1, sure thing. Premium time research. Catch 10 Pokemon, then 25. Power up 10 times, make 10 nice throws, then 15 curveball throws, and complete 5 field research tasks. And I did something already. Might have been win a raid or something, I don't know. There's also this collection challenge, which we already completed, so I guess we could just do that now and claim the Pokeballs and the Great Balls. And there's also this one, Holiday Part 1. Catch 10 Fire Ice type Pokemon, spin 5 Pokestops or Gyms, and explore 2 kilometers. And there's another collection challenge here where we have to catch those 4 Pokemon, and it looks like we have to catch even more here. We already got the Sandygast, but we still need to get these other 3. And that looks to be everything. So there's a bit of stuff to work on, but we're gonna have to wait on that for just a little bit because I'm gonna be doing a podcast with my friend Lucy. It's called Lucy's Paradise Podcast here in Hawaii, and it should be a really good time. So I'm gonna do that real quick and then I'll catch up with you afterwards. Actually, before we do the podcast, I do have a costume Delibird that just spawned, but it isn't shiny, but that is so cool with the presence in the background and that Spheal. Like, honestly, whoever made all this stuff, they really deserve a raise. Like, this is such a cool addition. I love this. But like I said, let's do that podcast. I just did Lucy's Paradise Podcast. It was a fantastic time. Right, Lucy? Good time?
Yes, we had so much fun. Thank you for coming on, JT.
No worries. It was actually a really good conversation, and it'll be going live on her channel, Lucy's Paradise Podcast. There will be a link in the description box below. In the beginning of, I believe, January is when you said it was going live, right? But until then, check out the podcast, see some more episodes before you see mine go live. And on that note, we're gonna go back out and hunt some Pokemon.
Hey, thanks so much, guys, for tuning in.
Again, make sure to check out Lucy's podcast. I had a fantastic time, and you'll definitely like that episode when it comes out. And now we're back on the grind for a little bit, and I've got a Dedenne here. Let's see what happens. Are you shiny? No, unfortunately not, but Nino, thank you very much for sending it. 1276, no idea, and I keep forgetting that you can't do Ultra Balls in here. I always click on the thing, and then I see the Master Ball and immediately go, no, not doing that. But please get caught, little friend. I know you're weather boosted, but you're not that bad. And here's our first shiny, and with a different background. That's actually kind of fun, like a little Pikachu snowman back there. And with the woods background, it's really cool. It even took a little bit of time to load this one in, which is interesting. Probably because it's the first time it's ever been loaded into my game that looks like this, but that is so freaking cool. I love this event. I truly, truly do. I love that they've done this. Now let's see how good this one is, though. It's not that great at all, but it doesn't matter. This campus isn't bad. I'm kind of stuck here for a little bit because of the podcast. She's got another podcast she's doing right after mine. That's perfectly fine, because as you can see, there are stops and spawns around me. And I did find these 3 researches right here, which I believe are the best ones. The top one is catch 10 ground types, which gives you a Sandygast encounter. Catch 15 fire types should give you a Alolan Marowak, and I believe catch 20 ice types gives you Cryogonal. So all of these are pretty darn good. And I did complete a catch 10 earlier, and it gave me the costumed Eevee with the holiday hat, so if you still need those shinies, definitely go for that. But yeah, so far these researches seem pretty darn good. And here's that Sandygast encounter. Let's see if it's black. It'd be so cool, but it's not, sadly. I really am excited for this shiny. Shiny Sandygast looks so freaking good, and with the yellow shovel and everything. And that actually is very fitting that we're here in Hawaii for this, because for one, Sandygast is an Alolan Pokemon, which means it is a Hawaiian Pokemon. But also the reason why the shiny is all black sand is because of the black sand beaches that are on the big island of Hawaii. So it actually makes sense that it has a black shiny. They didn't just do it to make it look cool. It actually has a thematic thing. Instead of it being normal sand, it's like lava sand, which is so cool. Little bit of a drive later, and we're back in Waikiki, and I got a couple more of these little tasks for Sandygast. I was able to get quite a few of them in the car ride over here. Didn't get any shinies from them, obviously you would have seen that, but I did go through quite a few researches. And a decent amount of wild spawns too, so we'll see what happens with these things. It looks like they're decently common when it comes down to the actual spawn rate of the research, if that makes any sense. Like, it's good to see that they're pretty common. And Sandygast in general in the wild is decently common. They're not like the most common thing you'll ever run into, but it's still cool to see how many there are. But this one's not bad. I actually don't have a hundo of this either, so I will be going for that. Also, I completely forgot to mention this, but I did get a shiny on the way over here. I got a shiny Alolan Sandshrew. It's definitely a boosted shiny, so if you need it, click on as many of them as possible. You'll definitely get it. But yeah, I don't know why I completely forgot that. I'm surrounded by stops, so I'm just gonna claim these 2 right now because I want to keep getting these. But number 1 is not it, but a 516, it's up there. I've also heard a lot of people had some luck with these researches, so I'm hoping I'll get some luck too, but that's not the shiny either, 507. Let's see this one now. Are you gonna be the one? No, unfortunately not. 499. Yet another one. Will you be the ashy sand? No, unfortunately not. 510. All right, what about you, my friend? Nope, not it. 513. We've got 2 wild checks here. Let's see what happens with these. Not it with number 1. Number 2, not it either. I'm actually surprised I got that. If you can see next to it, there is an Eevee that I thought I clicked on. 3 more checks at the mall. What do we got? Number 1 is not the shiny. Number 2 is gonna be not shiny either, sadly. Come on, big black sand. Nope, not it. $4.99. And here's 9 7-kilometer eggs. These are not from the event. These are from before the event. To be honest with you, I think I have everything I need from the event 7Ks, but these ones still have the Basculin, which could be shiny, and I don't have that shiny yet, so I'm hoping for it. So far, just a lot of Voltorbs, and there's the Grimer. I also would, of course, not mind having a Galarian Corsola shiny, but that's in a Alolan Meowth. Next up, we have another Grimer. What about you? You're gonna be, oh, a Darumaka. This one is another Meowth, and this one is a Hisuian Voltorb. Well, sadly, nothing out of any of that was exciting to hatch, but we'll take a look at the IVs. Maybe there's something exciting in there. That's a 98%. I knew it was gonna be good, but I didn't know how good it was gonna be, and yeah, nothing crazy. This literally just spawned in, but all right, I'll take a green Ekans, why not? Not a very Christmassy Pokemon, but it does make sense for the upcoming year. I believe according to the Chinese Zodiac, it should be the year of the snake, which makes me feel like we're definitely gonna be getting Sandaconda and Silk Cobra or something like that. You know, it's the 2 ground-type snake Pokemon in Gen 8, which makes sense because Gen 8 just went live for us. So I can see that coming soon. Hopefully they'll come out shiny right out the rip, that'd be neat. And these IVs are okay, but they're not amazing. You know, now that I'm looking at this, I could totally see them doing like a regional variant of Sandygast, maybe even like a convergent evolution where it's called like Snowy Gast, because it already fits pretty good with the snow background. I don't know. What do you think? 2 more checks in the mall. What do we got? Number 1 is a normal one. Number 2 is also normal and bad. All right, it looks like this is the last research in the mall that gives us a Sandygast, so it's not it, unfortunately, and it's okay, all things considered. But now I'm thinking it's time to get some food. I haven't eaten all day and it's already noon, so let's get some lunch here, and then we're gonna continue a tradition that we do every single time we travel. Well, the food was delicious, but now we're on the hop-on, hop-off bus here in Waikiki. And as we begin our journey, I'm gonna use Spatial Red for a full 2 hours, and we're just gonna see what happens. This is a really good opportunity to get a whole bunch of Sandygast encounters, and of course, more of those researches as well, so we'll see how it goes. Copyrighted music has stopped, so I can actually show you this. Look at that. There's a freaking sandcastle like tree. That's amazing. But here comes the music again, so goodbye for a little bit. I didn't even notice this was shiny, like until it started sparkling. Numel has a terrible shiny. On the upside, its evolution camera up has a beautiful shiny. In fact, it's the same exact color as the Sandygasts we're trying to get. Quite frankly, I went through pretty decently on this line. This is the pink line specifically, but apparently the blue line is way larger, so we might get on the blue line in just a moment. But I think I'm gonna do like 1 or 2 more rotations on this one, make sure I got every one of the stops, because we're getting pretty lucky when it comes down to these researches. I wish I could claim these in front of you, but there's no more ground types around me. But yeah, we gotta sit here for just a little bit longer, and then we're gonna do another rotation and we'll see what we can do. And here's 2 researches. Not shiny on this one, 503. And this one's gonna be not shiny either, unfortunately, 503. Now on the blue line. Apparently this is the most scenic line and it goes really far away, but there goes the pink line, the one we were just on. And as you can see, there's a lot of stops and stuff around us, but he likes to talk a lot, so I'm not going to be going too hard on this, but don't worry, there's a lot of good sights, hopefully a lot of Sandygast quests. I'm glad I caught this when I did. Freaking shiny Wansley, that's amazing. Take a look at it real quick. Not the best, but doesn't matter. That's a freaking awesome shiny to hatch.
Our next stop is going to be the Waikiki.
We've now switched trolleys, but I've got 3 of these to do in front of you guys, so might as well do it. Number 1 is a no. Number 2, what are you gonna be? Not shiny, unfortunately. And last but not least, we've got ourselves. Not it, unfortunately. No, well. We're getting a nice little stretch break in here, and as you can see, there's stuff. There were actually some Sandygasts, but I already caught them. I didn't realize we were gonna be here for so long, but man, this area is so great. For those of you that remember previous videos in Hawaii, Justin and I come here all the time. Like, this is where that bay is. We usually swim in all the time, and surprisingly, it's not that rough. In December, this place is usually like really bad. Today, it looks so freaking good. Makes me wish I could swim, but the trolley's only stopping for 10 minutes, so no way I'd be able to dip in the water and actually be able to come back in time. And of course, we're still on the hunt for Sandygast, so it'll be good to look at for today, but sadly, we won't be swimming in it. All right, we're on the pink line now, and I'm thinking let's pop the daily for a little bit. I don't know how long I'm gonna do it, but we'll see what happens. You know, I completely forgot about this, so let's actually claim this stuff and see what we get. This is a Bergmite. Number 2 is a Sandygast, and you want 528 for a hundo. And now we choose between Spark and Sierra. I'm going Sierra. Sierra's way cooler. And now we have to catch 10 fire types, take a snapshot of 5 different wild Pokemon, and complete 5 field researches. Probably should have done this earlier, because we did a lot of those. Page 2 of 3 is done. Let's get the berries, the balls, and the dust. And we get ourselves some XP and an encounter with a Shadow Vulpix. Did not expect that. That's kind of cool, actually. Let's see if it's good. I mean, this is really cool. It can be only 10, 10, 10 or higher, so it's a 15, 10, 11. Still really cool. And now for page 3 of 3, we have to catch 25 fire types, power up a fire type 10 times, and then collect max power from 3 power spots. So I have to use some of my max power, sadly. The daily instance does bring in Dedennes. It's worth doing. Pop the daily. All right, I completely forgot that it's the Bergmite and Slugma Spotlight Hour. I don't really need either one of these things, so I got off the bus for a little bit. But as you can see, the nighttime, like, Christmas lights on the palm tree is awesome and extremely fitting for where I am. And part 3 of 3 is done now, so let's claim the Ultra Balls, the Golden Raspberries, we'll get those extra little bit of energy, and then we'll reclaim this reward, see what we get. Hopefully it's something cool. Sandygast and 509, it's all right. And now apparently we've got Sierra here, and she wants to say something to us, so I don't know exactly what she wants us to do, though. Maybe that was it. I have no idea what happened there, but anyways, let's claim this reward, and then we'll claim this. We might be talking to her in part 2 later on. Plus, we should pick up these collection challenge rewards, including these ones as well. And I also completely forgot about the premium timed research that I believe FT Slayer got for me, so thank you very much. And we're next to the beach while we do this, and I think these are a whole bunch of Sandygasts, so it would be very fitting. Let's do it. Number 1 is a Vanillite. All right, so I'm wrong. Let's see what this next one is. A Snorunt. Number 3 is going to be a Cubchoo, a little snot bear. Number 4 is a Bergmite. How about number 5 here? A Jinx. Interesting. Number 6 is going to be a Sneasel. That is boosted, so that's kind of fun, but 879 is the hundo. And the second to the last one technically is a Lapras. Oh, that's so good with that background. Too bad it wasn't shiny, but look at that. That looks so good. And for the final rewards, it looks like we're getting a premium battle pass, which is cool, plus an egg incubator and a Cryogonal. Very cool. I don't know if these are boosted or not, but it'd be cool if they were, even though that throw was absolutely terrible. Let's try that again, shall we? Wow. And now for page 2 of 2, we have to catch 10, catch 25, pretty much do the exact same thing we've already done. Easy enough, I guess. Let's do it. Seeing that fire has been a major theme of this event so far, let's do it next to the tiki torches. Page 2 of 2 is done. Is it the same stuff? No, Sandygast. Maybe this is the Sandygast page. And I really do hope that we get ourselves a shiny of it, because that would just be insane. Number 2 is going to be, oh, on the beach biome this time. Kind of fun. Number 3, come on, black sand. No, but it would look so good with this background right now. Number 4 is not the shiny, and 518, 10 off the hundo. 4 more chances. We'll see what happens. Come on. Nope, not it, and 508. Third to final one. What do we got from you? Taking a little bit, but there it is. Not really good at all. Oh my god. Second to final one. Nope, not it. 519. And here's the final rewards next to all these lit up trees. Is it a shiny? It is not, unfortunately, in a 519 again. FT Slayer, thank you very much for the ticket. I do appreciate it. All right, guys, I just got off the bus again. I was on that thing for another like 2-ish hours. Tons of spawns for Sandygast, but sadly no shinies. But on the way back to this mall, we did go a different direction, which meant we got more of these researches. Only 2, unfortunately, but there's still chances to get ourselves that shiny. But number 1 wasn't it. How about number 2? No, unfortunately not. Now that we've done all this, I'm gonna get myself some dinner, and then I'm gonna head back to edit. But during that time, there are more stops that I have not spun yet. But there's a decent chance we could get ourselves some more researches, and of course, we're gonna get more spawns along the way, so we'll see what happens. But also, get in your home, dude. Alrighty, everybody, I've got 3 more of the tasks. These are the only 3 I was able to find, really, so we'll see what happens with them. Hopefully there will be black sand, but that's not it. I will say, though, I do love the city background. It looks great. I love the candy cane building. How about number 2? Nope, not a shiny, 505. And last but not least, number 3, not a shiny one. Oh well. Even though we didn't get our hands on a shiny Sandygast, we did get ourselves, it looks like, 7 shinies today, and we got a hundo. It turns out that research Cubchoo thing was actually a hundo, so that's cool. But other than that, decent amount of shinies. That Bonsley was a very big surprise, but other than that, sadly, nothing too crazy. I mean, this stuff's fun, but I'm probably gonna delete most of this. That's perfectly fine. You can't say we didn't try, and we definitely got like hundreds of checks on that Sandygast, so in the future, we're definitely gonna get it. Smash that subscribe button if you enjoyed today's video, and let me know in the comments down below. Have you gotten that shiny Sandygast yet, or even the Dedenne with the costume? Please let me know. And if you're really enjoying the content and you wanna see even more of it, I highly suggest this video right over here. But with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.